Hello, living in Boulder, vlog, April 8th, 2019, Monday. Right now it is 4:14 p.m. I just had a half candy of reefer. Ding. One of those, a half one of these guys. And I'm a little bit high, but I don't know, I just haven't gotten around to having more. Maybe I'll have another one. I don't like to get too high on the edibles because it just, it knocks you out and it's just not comfortable. It's like getting too high smoking. So anyways, I think yesterday and today, the only thing that I was doing was, working on Diogenes. I'm not doing the Google Earth thing right now, so I had to abandon that. I wasn't even able to finish it because Diogenes is 650 pages, and there was he's a book Greek who did a book about a bunch of philosophers, and one of the philosophers he did a book about was a guy named Diogenes, and so in Diogenes' section on Diogenes, it was like 35 pages, but it was like the whole thing was just quotes, so I had to get every single one, so it took forever. I'm going to get all the quotes from the entire book. It's like 650 pages, and put them on different folders and of Flickr. And, that's a good way to read the history books. Just look at the photos of the quotes and then find the best ones that I want and put those in the book. Fill up the entire 650 pages. But there's other things I want to do with the book, and the type of the chapters of the guys. I'm going to say like them name and then where they're from, like Diogenes of Etheria or whatever. And then I'll have a map of where they were and the journey from where they came from to Athens. And because I think what he's talking about is just, philosophers who had gone to Athens. But I don't know. I was kind of the center of philosophy. But yeah, then I want to make a timeline of all the philosophers. So I guess I'll plug into my timeline later, but have a timeline on the top of the page in the same form as my timeline to have them all together, to show when they lived and to kind of come up in my head from looking at the timeline when the golden age of Greek philosophy was, because a lot of these guys knew each other. I was working until I pretty much passed out this morning at like 5, and then I got up at 1. So how many hours is that? It's 8 hours. Yeah, so I'm getting about 8 hours of sleep a night. I probably get more than I would normally need because I'm having so much weed. I was starting to remember my dreams. I was having dreams. I had some dream I was in some big building the other day. I wasn't remembering them enough to remember the details, but that's one thing I want to do when I do daily vlogs. That's what I was doing when I was living in my van, because I could remember my dreams because I wasn't smoking weed. As soon as I'm not going to do any more weed after this. I majorly pissed off my mom because she thought that I was going to quit, and then it turned out she wanted me to quit, and so, yeah. I forgot when I got these. I just spaced out. Forgot I was supposed to quit. I have to get sober enough to remember that I'm supposed to quit. So, that'll be the last time I do weed to make my mom happy, because now she doesn't even want to talk to me. So, I'm still only like halfway through this book, I'm still in the Cynics, just sitting here, collecting the quotes. But, I am figuring out what it's all about in a way that it sinks into my head, Like, people can say they've read a book, but if they don't do a good video about it, then they just read it, There's a difference between reading a book one time and for show or whatever, and actually knowing a book. So, because in this book, if I know this book, that means I know Greek philosophy. So, I'm super looking forward to seeing what the timeline looks like. I think it spreads kind of a while, because there's the death of Socrates, which is like 450s or whatever. But then a lot of these guys, they have quotes of them hanging out with Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great apparently had a fascination with homeless slave philosophers. He said that if he wasn't Alexander the Great, he would want to be a certain slave philosopher called Heraclitus or something. Um, and that's like another 100 years later. So there was a period of like 100 or whatever. But anyway, I have to go get food at the supermarket today. Because don't have anything. This morning I had some like bean dip and corn chips. But the problem was yesterday I went in and got Taco Bell, a 7-layer burrito and 2 beef burritos, and so then I eat that, and then I'm like, okay, I'm now hungry, and all I have is bean dip and chips. Yeah, so tomorrow or to right now, I'm gonna go in the store as soon as I get hungry. But yeah, I think with the car and just get a bunch of canned vegetables. That's a good way to tide me over. But yeah, I'm just gonna hook on. I have to keep on this, even if it's another like a week or two, because it's going to be the masterpiece, this book. You know, I'm having a mystical experience working on the book. It's a magical book because it's takes you back to ancient Greece. And also it's the predecessor of the Bible. I recognize some Jesus quotes. He was taking notes off these guys. First of all, these guys are total hardcore commies, just like Jesus. They wanted to share wives and children too, but the whole thing about philosophers, especially the Cynics, is the poorer and the less you have and the simpler life you live, the better person you are. So, but yeah, there was a quote that Jesus, they go, if somebody like asks you for your shirt, give them your coat as well. And I think there was pretty much there was a quote of one of those Cynics: if somebody asks for your thin coat, give them your double coat as well. So. Lifted right out of Jesus quotes, lifted right out of the philosophers. Yeah, and just to find some other interesting similarities too. I'm gonna get really good. Just hope it doesn't take too long to post all these photos on the edges of my book. You know, I just need to get into a rhythm and just do it. That's where this helps. You know, go into time warp and just be like, and then it's done. So, okay, so tomorrow will be the same thing. I know I need to do my taxes. I've got my tax papers up there. I have to go on TurboTax, but I was going to do it today, but I just wanted to see if I could get through at least Diogenes. So I have until the 15th, so maybe I won't even do it tomorrow. I'll just see if I can get farther along in this book to the next type of philosopher. I've been in the Cynics forever. Okay, peace out.